Hey everyone, good morning. This is the third video in a series of videos about the pathway to social media mastery for consultants and coaches. And I'm here today to talk about dream clients. You know, those clients, the awesome clients, the one you love to work with. That's what we're going to talk about today is how to find those dream clients and attract more of those and keep them working with you. So as a social media consultant for 20 years now, cannot believe it, guys. 20 years. I was kind of shocked. So that was in April. I have not really celebrated that. So I guess we'll celebrate it here. Woo! Um, I can't believe I've been doing this for 20 years. But anyway, awesome. So I see Eric coming in. Awesome. So yeah, definitely let me know if you're here and you can share this with me. But one of the things I have learned over the years with clients is that, you know, there are clients that you work really well with and that you really connect with and the stuff you do for them, they're happy with it and they have great feedback for you and you just kind of have a great relationship, right? There's that really good relationship that happens. And then there are clients that for whatever reason you don't jive. They may be a great client for somebody else, but maybe they're not a great client for you. And how do you not do that? And so what I've known over the years is that there's lots of different ways to attract great clients, but one of the ways that you're going to attract clients that work with you well is by being more visible as a business owner, because you will attract the people that jive with the way that you think. Does that make sense? So I'm going to go through my little system about that for attracting clients, and this is what I call 2 on the pathway to mastery. Step 1 was explore, which is really all about yourself. That was last week. You can go back and grab that. Also, I have a link in the notes wherever you're at. That is a link to a page where I've put all of these videos in one page. So as I'm creating them, there's going to be 7 of them total by the end. There's an overview and then all of the steps. I put them into a package for you so that you can keep up with this because it's an entire system. And actually, it's what I teach in my in my Smart Social Mastery membership group. So I'm kind of giving you a little bit of a taste of what we do all the time in there for free. So I want to help more people to get on the right path and having great clients. Oh my gosh, that is one of the best ways to start doing that. So awesome. Okay, cool. I see Susan. I see Brian. Awesome. Yes. Oh yeah, we do need to connect again, Brian. I'm sorry. It's been busy. And Eric. Okay, great. Awesome. And if anybody else is out there, great. Let me know later if you watch this in replay too. Let me know that as well. I'm going to jump right into the content because I think that's the key for everything here. Let me just show you what I have here. So I think when it comes to attracting great clients, a dream client, I think there's 3 things that you need to keep in mind. The first one is really about the dream clients themselves, who they are and how they talk. So one of the things that I think people really miss a lot when they're putting together their marketing materials to attract new clients is they miss this part. So we often serve up things to our audience that we think that they need. So you're you're an expert in what you do. So you know what people need to do in order to be successful generally in your niche and as your clients go. You're you need to do these things and you'll be great. But I don't know if you've ever had a client that resists those things. You tell them what they need to do, but they totally resist what you're asking them to do. And part of the reason why that happens is because you're trying to get them to do something that you know they need. It's you're trying to get them to eat the broccoli. Okay. You're trying to get them to eat the broccoli, but really in the end of the day, what they really want is the cake, right? They're I want this result. I want to have this result, whatever it is that you do. So you can tell me in the chat what you do. What is it that you're the best at? I would love to know in the chat what that is. We actually covered that in the video last week. What is it that is your superpower that you do the best and that people come to you for? So let me know about that too. And so, that thing is something that you know and you understand, and they're going to have to do these certain things, but all they want is the result. And they want it for as little pain and as little work as possible, especially clients that are hiring you to do a service. The reason they're hiring you to do the service is because they literally don't want to do it themselves. That's why they're hiring you, right? They just don't want to do it. And so all of the little intricacies of how become really impossible. So one of the things that works really well when you're working with like trying to get new dream clients or attract new dream clients is to understand exactly what their problem is. Like, what is it that they're trying to overcome? Why are they hiring you? What do they not want to do? In the end of the day, that's what you need to know. And that has to be the language that you use in your marketing. And if you use that language in your marketing, it's going to attract people that are the right fit for your offering. So don't talk about the intricacies of your offer and all of the things that it has. Talk about the pain that they're suffering. So I know for my for my membership stuff, I know for my clients, they need an extension of their team. We work with big brands. Like we work with, kind of large to enterprise type brands. And we work as an extension of their team on their social media team. So we deal with their community management. We deal with all of those little intricate details on social media that kind of are a pain, to be honest. And so we go in and we do that. Plus we also create the content, we do strategy and all of that as well. But in the end of the day, what we're doing is we're taking all that headache off of their plate. Like they know it's being handled. They don't have to worry about it. They don't have to check up on it all the time. They know we're doing it. And how they know is through, the metrics that we give them and all that. So we don't talk about the metrics and all of the intricacies of what it takes for us to go and deal with all these comments and so on. What we do instead is we talk about, hey, we're going to take this off of your plate and we're going to work with you on creating a system to make it easier. That's what we've always done. That's what's great. So I've taken that system kind of mentality and I've put it into the Smart Social Mastery group, because that's also us, right? As small independent entrepreneurs or solopreneurs, or maybe you have a small team even, or an agency. One of the things that we have to deal with every day is the fact that we are so busy with our client work that we absolutely don't have time to promote ourselves. We can't do it. It's just too much. Like there's not enough hours in the day. It's stressful. And so what I've done is put together a system to help us do that effortlessly, or a lot easier, like in less than half the time. So that's what you want to talk about. You want to talk about the result that people will get and why that, and what's the mechanism for doing that. So the mechanism is, we have these cheats and these hacks and things to make things be a lot faster. So that's really how you attract your dream client. It's really about their language. And so I have something I call the word vault, and I keep little snippets of things that people say in my word vault, like things that they say about problems they're having or whatever. So that's pain points, right? Exactly, Walter, pain points. And so I keep those in a vault, as you can say, basically a document, right? So I keep them in a document and I refer to them. And that's what I talk about. That's the content I create that tells me everything that I need to know about my clients that are my dream clients. And so I listen to the people who I actually get along with the most, and I listen to what they need, and I continue to talk like they talk. Does that make sense? I don't put my construct, as you would like to say it, of what, all of these things, because, there's so many things that we have to think about as an expert in something. There's so many steps, and they don't care about all those steps. They literally don't care. They just want to hear from you how you're going to solve their problem. And that is what you need to do in your marketing. Stop giving laundry lists of things you're going to give people. Yeah. Okay. There you go. So, oh, cool. Yeah. Nina just made a reel about this. I know, it's just so it's such a thing, right? So I appreciate it. Nina, I'll have to go check that out later. Definitely, it is confirmation. So, in the end of the day, that is what we need to do. We need to talk about what they want to talk about. And I've been doing this for, I kind of figured this out. I don't know how many years ago it was now. It was like probably about a decade ago at this point. But I remember that I was selling social media strategies to people, and the strategy was like this intricate sort of strategy. And what, at the end of the day, I think I turned to, it was probably Julie Piper. I don't know if I'll have to tag her in this, but I think it was her. And I said, you know what? I don't think they want a strategy really. I think actually what they want is they want a plan. They want like an actual tactical plan, which is not a strategy, by the way. But like, who's mincing words? So you asked me for a strategy, but what you really want is a tactical plan. Like you want the next 90 days worth of content figured out. You want it in the bank, ready to go. So I started creating tools like that. I started creating sort of these tactical tools that got them to where they needed to go faster. And I still, on the back end, I always say, measure above your client's head, or, I do the strategy for them. So, for my actual clients, I'll do those strategies for them. And I don't have to go into all the details about how I'm doing it or what I'm doing. I just need to give them the result they need. Okay. So moving on, I just want to show you the next one. So that's really about your dream client, is really understanding them at a deep level. I know a lot of people talk about that, like, what do they read? Where do they go? And all of that's really, really important, but it's all paling in comparison to the fact that you need to know what their pain points are and talk about solving those pain points. All those other things, like the books they read and all that can help you relate to them. It can help you target them in advertising. There's a lot of cool stuff around that. But in the end of the day, if you only have one thing to focus on and only so much time, just focus on the words that are coming out of their mouth. Okay, one real quick tip before I move on that one. One of the things I do sometimes is I'll go into Facebook groups that are full of my ideal clients, and I'll do searches around different keywords of things that we do, like social media strategy, Facebook ads. I'll just do some little searches and I'll see what people are saying about that. And a lot of times, if there's a question like, how do you do this? Or, oh my gosh, this is driving me crazy, I can't manage it, or whatever it is, I take note of those times that they're talking about it. And I actually, I might answer the question, which is nice, but even more important is taking that language and putting it into my vault, so that way I know exactly what to say. And so I use their words. I use my clients' words, because my words are too technical. It's just going to be that way, because I've been doing this for, again, 20 years. Yay, 20 years in April. Can't believe it. Anyway, so, when you've done something for a really long time, you just get very technical about the way you describe it. Anyway, so I have an engineering husband, so believe me, that's a technical conversation all the time. All right, so moving on to champions. So part of finding your dream clients is also finding champions. And I can wave to Brian because he's in here. He does some of that. But finding people that are going to refer you is really, really important. And those people are current clients. Those people are sometimes experts in the field who maybe you've gone on their website, or you've gone on their podcast, or you've gone on their live stream, or something like that. That third party credibility, or if you've gone on to news media. Sometimes I go and do news media interviews just as a way to kind of share my expertise. And also it's really great for later for credibility. So all of those things are really important. So having a list of champions, people that you champion them, they champion you, is really, really important. And you need to make sure that those champions are like, your ideal champions, right? So you want to make sure that those people are the people that you trust and they trust you and all of that. So champions are really, really important. A lot of the business that solopreneurs and freelancers get is from word of mouth. And I cannot tell you, because I run the social media breakfast in Houston, how many times I get a DM or something from somebody asking me if I know somebody who can do X, Y, Z. Do you know somebody who can do SEO strategy, or can they do this or that? And sometimes, people don't come to mind right away. I'm like, oh, like, who do I know that does that? And so I need to have in my mind who those people are. And, they would be wise to let me know like exactly what they do. So make sure that what you have out there is very clear. I was talking to somebody the other day that I thought I knew really, really well as far as what she did. And then she shocked me because I didn't really. And so when she told me she was a copywriter and exactly what kind of copywriter she did, sales copywriting and this, I was like, oh, okay, that actually is great, because I now have a way to refer you. And so that's really important, to be clear about what you do. So, for me, it's like, I definitely am the extension of staff for a large corporation or a big company. If you know somebody who's looking for somebody to take over their social media in that way and run it, that's what we do. And I also have a training program for consultants and solopreneurs like yourself. Probably those of you who are listening to me today, because I've targeted that. So in the end of the day, that is, people need to know what you do. Okay, so that's your champions. They can't champion you unless they know what you do. So it's really important. Okay, the third thing that you need to do in order to have awesome, dream clients coming in the door all the time is you need to have a system that's going to help you connect with them in a great way. So what do I mean by that? Let me just tell you. So I have talked about this a lot. You need to have a system that you are following on a daily basis that allows people to come in contact with you. And a lot of people are worried about spending too much time on social media and all of that. Oh, and hey, Amy, I just saw you here. Amy and Chris, I'm just going to say hi to a few people and then I'll jump into this third one. Chris, hi, Chris. And Nina, yeah, we already got, yeah, you're here. Who am I missing? Anybody who's here? Brian, I said. Susan. Oh, hey, Susan. And Eric and all of you. I'm so excited that you're here. Great. Awesome. So that being said, the system is really, really important. And here's the thing. You are a busy professional. You don't have time to be hanging out on social media all day. In fact, you're spending a couple of your precious minutes right now listening to me, and I really appreciate it because I know you don't have the time for it. I don't have the time for it, so I know you don't. And so, in the end of the day, I have come up with a really cool, what I call the magic 2x2 system that is like the sustainable plan for you to jump onto social media 15 minutes a day, 10 to 15 minutes a day, and you're able to keep in touch and have that happening. So, first of all, if you are by yourself, unless you're a social media expert and all that, you probably only need to be working on 1 to 2 platforms at a time. I like to have a backup platform to your main platform. So pick one that you love. So like if you're a LinkedIn person, great. If you're an Instagram person, stick with that. If you are all about Facebook, fine. I know that still some profiles and stuff do very well. If you are, one thing, so choose what that is. Tell me in the comments where you are. I mean, I can probably tell from where you're coming in. Like Susan's on LinkedIn. Joe, oh hey Joe, I see you. Joe is on YouTube right now, which she probably came from Instagram because I put that there on Instagram this morning. So I'm not live on Instagram. So yeah, I mean, where is it that you're hanging out? Where's your main place that you are streaming from or sharing content? And then that is the thing that you're going to do with this 2x2. So let me show you the system and I'll explain it. And then I can take some questions and then I'll give you a link where you can get some of this stuff so you don't have to remember it all. Okay, so here's your sustainable plan. You want to have 2 conversations per day. That's where you initiate a conversation. You either ask a question to your community in a group. Maybe you're in a group. So if you open up in a group or to an individual. So sometimes you can also just send a DM if you're a little bit more like shy, especially if you're your champions, you can send them a DM asking them a question or, just engaging with them, not selling them anything. By the way, this is not a sales thing. Okay. So this is just relationship building. That's what this system is. It's meant for relationship building. There's a whole different funnel and everything else for sales. It can be the beginning of that as far as the relationship. So 2 conversations per day. You want to be out there initiating a conversation. You can also use it as a post on your site. So a couple of weeks ago, I did a poll on LinkedIn asking people why they aren't posting every day. And most of them said, like 52% of them said the reason they didn't post was because they don't have time. And then the second thing was like 36% said they don't have anything to say. So generally speaking, people don't have too much time. So you want to go out there and just ask a question or something like that. You may get crickets at first. By the way, I'm just going to say this. It may not work at first. You have to do it commonly. People have to know you're conversational and that you're going to answer them, and then they'll start talking to you. It takes some time. People are lurkers. Oh my gosh, there's so many lurkers. I know you're out there. Hi, lurkers. You're not going to put something in my comment box. I get it. But I have people all the time going, oh my gosh, I watch your videos all the time in a private conversation, but I've never seen them pop into the comments. So in the end of the day, you do have people that are listening. So just keep asking questions, keep kind of engaging. So that's 2 conversations per day. And then what I'm going to say is 2 replies or comments. So you want to go to somebody else's content and you want to comment on that or reply to that. What I mean by that is you can also share other people's comments, right? So, or other people's content, excuse me. Sharing other people's content is really, 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 really important. So you can take that that post that you think is cool, that you think is good, that has information that's interesting, and then reshare it to your audience. But don't just reshare it. Put why you're resharing it and what your thoughts are on that, because that is going to actually get the attention of the person that you shared their content. And they're going to be like, wow, okay, thank you so much for sharing this. And especially if you tell them why you shared it. Because if you're a content creator, I'm going to tell you, we spend a lot of time putting together content, right? And putting it out there. And if we know why people like it or what they might want added, or even if it's something that says, hey, have you thought about this? All of that's really, really powerful for a content creator. They're going to notice you. Even really, really famous ones, I'm going to tell you they will. So over time, if you do it over and over, you've got to become a fixture in their audience. Good way to build champions too. So just 2 of these things a day, 2 comments, and like post one time, share somebody something, and then make 2 comments. Can you do that? Can you post something that's conversational, not so much, promotional? Conversational, post something. Number 2, share somebody else's content with a little bit of a comment. And 3, make 2 comments on 2 posts out there and make them really powerful comments. So don't do, hey, great job, good stuff. Way back when I first started, I was a blogger, and every day I went out and I made 5 comments. That was my diet for myself. Like during the work week, I'd go to 5 different blogs and I make 5 different comments. That's before social media became like Twitter and Facebook and all this. And I would make sure that it extended the conversation. So that's the way I thought about it. I wanted to extend the conversation. So whatever they were talking about in their post, I would then kind of make a comment on that and like add a little bit of like what my thoughts were on what they had just said and how it impacted me. And that is how I completely built my entire social media brand, and still have friends in that group to this day. People like Ann Handley, people like Chris Brogan back in the day, people like, Mark Schaefer, who writes tons of books these days. So those people are still like people that I know personally, because back then I invested the time to go out there and, comment on what they were doing and really get to know them. So this 2x2, I've been using it for all of the, 20 years I've been in business, about 15 years in social media, because I started my blog in 2005, so a little bit more than 15. And in the end of the day, that has been 100% the way that this is worked out for me. And it's all relationship building. It's 100% relationship building. So anyway, so I am going to tell you that. So those are the 3 things, and I'm going to go back and show you them again so that you can see what they are. I want to make sure you have all of them in your head. So the 3 things that you need to do in order to attract dream clients that are going to stick with you for the long haul. I mean, our clients tend to stay with us for years. My average client is with us for 5 years or more. And so, when you want to attract your dream clients, you want to build your champions, and you want to have a system to keep up with this, to keep up with the communications and the relationship. Kudos to you if you build a list of people that you're going to keep in touch with. But in the end of the day, these are 3 simple tasks that I know that you can do. All right, cool. And then, of course, I told you what the 2x2 was. And the last thing I want to tell you is that this is a free resource that I have put together for you. It is the entire mastery to create more business leads and growth. So it's the pathway to social mastery is basically what it is. It's the entire pathway. And I've put it into a kind of a video series on a webpage. So if you want to go grab that, you can. I have 4 more of these coming up in the series, so I don't want you to miss any of them. And this way you'll be able to get them all on your own time. I'll send you an email and let you know when they're going live. I'll tell you what's going on. So if you want to be part of this and just hear the entire series, if this is something that matters to you and you think would be helpful to you, I would love to have you be a part of that. I think I also put the link in the comment, not the comments, but in the wherever the top of this, wherever you are. I mean, there's going to be a description for this video. And in the description, I've put the pathway video series link there. So you can just click on it. And I hope that you join me, because this is going to be like, I just decided to like give this all away. I do this in my mastery program. It's an ongoing membership. And this is just sort of the top level, but it has all the entire system there that we teach in that mastery program, and it's a monthly fee. So this is for free. So I hope you take it. It's valuable. Okay, cool. So now I've got a couple questions. Let me just go back here and answer them. All right, let's go back. I'm going to go all the way here. Oh, Mary, hi. Wow, I'm so excited. Oh, yeah. So sounds good, Cami. When I comment, it usually leads to more questions. What if follow-ups get too much? Yeah, so I hear you, Amy, for sure that's going to happen. but that you just need to schedule it into your time. So you don't have to answer immediately. So I would say that if you're, when I come in and do my 15 minutes, I go in, I look at all of the times somebody tagged me, especially in LinkedIn or wherever you're at. I'll go and look and see how many times people tag me, if you're on Facebook or whatever, and I'll go and I'll answer all those questions. And then I'll do my 2x2 and then I'll walk away and I won't come back again till the next day or maybe later that night if it gets really big. Also, Amy, because you are a dentist, she's a pediatric dentist, I know that, you eventually might want to have one of your team members handle the follow-up questions. So that's something you can kind of give off to team members later on, especially since I know you're going to have somebody doing that probably pretty soon. Okay. LinkedIn for myself, Facebook. Okay. So yeah, Charlotte, good. LinkedIn, Facebook for clients. Yes. And Facebook is good for especially ads, and Instagram too. Good. Nina does LinkedIn, IG, and YouTube. Yes. You use them differently and for different measures. Good. That's excellent. LinkedIn for Bart. That's good. And Bart is in my mastery program. You can tell him, Bart, is it worth joining up? Let them know. If I respond to a post, yes. And it seems good. If I respond to a post and it seems good, do I have permission to reshare? Yes, you have permission to reshare. There's always a little button at the bottom that says reshare. It's both on Facebook, it's on LinkedIn. They sometimes call it different things like share or whatever. So you just click on that and it will pull it up into your profile. And then you just write a little bit at the top. You can also just share it without a comment, but I just highly recommend you always put a comment in there of your own. All right, maybe a bit off topic for Kevin. Hey, Kevin. It goes to the issue of what platform to do my 2x2. I have a personal LinkedIn page and a business page, which has way fewer followers. Should I try to build up my business page or just focus? Okay, this is a great question on LinkedIn. So 2 things. Number 1, make sure you're constantly inviting people to your LinkedIn page for your business. That's important. But in the end of the day, I don't know how many people will follow your business page because of the work we do. It's mostly clients that you want there. But if you share all of your content in there, and then you also can share, you can actually take that link and share it to your main feed. So it's not 100% simple. I'm happy to show you how to do it, but that is something that I've often done too, is like, I'll share something to there, or I'll share something to both places. Like I share it to both my personal feed and the business feed at the same time. So especially when you're sharing like your personal stuff. For other people's stuff, it is, LinkedIn is trying to get us to do that. They're constantly saying, reply as Smart Social Secrets to this, or reply as Zoetica to this. Because I have in my LinkedIn profile for my businesses, I have hashtags set up. Hashtags that you kind of describe who we are and what we look into. And so anytime that something is trending in that hashtag, LinkedIn is giving me some information about to go and comment there. The problem has been that I've found that people have gotten kind of testy about businesses, making comments on like profile stuff. Anyway, it's interesting right now. It's still kind of up in the air, but I would say definitely continue to invite people to follow your page and make sure you put content in there so they can see it. And then on your personal page, that's where you have personal relationships. That's just my opinion at the moment. Could change. Thank you, Nina. So Nina just opened she just opened my, yeah, thank you. I'm really excited about this series. I just thought that we needed to have something that would work, the pathway to mastery. And that's really what we do. So I hope that you all sign up for it. I'm going to actually put it across the bottom again so people can do it. And the answer is yes. So that means yes, join up, guys. Join up. Actually, we're not open right now for Smart Social Mastery. We're going to open again in June. So definitely, if you're on my list, I'll let you know when I open. But if you want to DM me and let me know you're interested, I'll make sure that you know about Pathway to Mastery when we open again. I would love to have any of you to do that. Let me put this in here, create the banner. So I didn't do this ahead of time. Sometimes, I don't do it ahead of time. It just is what it is. So I'm going to add the banner here so you can see it. And there you go. That's the video series. I would love to have you guys download the video series to make this easier for yourself. I've spent hours putting this together, so please go get it. It's really fun. I did it on Searchy, so it's a really fun little thing. Cool. So I think that's it. I don't want to overdo this. I just want to make sure that you guys have what you need. Do it. If you have any other questions, please let me know. Hey, Alan, good to see you too. Please let me know because in the end of the day, it's all about us working together to make all the boats float. So I had, somebody say the other day to me, hey, are you worried about this being like having too many competitors in your space? And I'm really not. I'm not a competitive person that way. So I'm all about connections and collaborations, and I want all of us to grow together. So definitely let me know if you have any questions about this, and definitely grab the video series because you're going to love it, I think. And I already have, this is the third video that's going in there. So you're behind by 2. It's not that much, but yeah, it's all in there for you right now. And there's a blog post for each one too, if you rather read. So if you're more of a reader, that's great too. Andrea Weckerly, who's one of my team members, is putting together the blog post. So it's really fun. And that's been fun for me too, to watch, my stuff go up as blog posts. It's been fun. Anyway, so awesome. And definitely Walter, and thanks, Mom. That's my mom, guys. Say hi. And thanks, Walter. And yep, Joe just got it. Good. Awesome. Thank you, Joe. All right, guys, I am done for today. Definitely grab the resource while you can, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.